Hey! So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the pelvic floor and returning to running after having a baby. So there are a couple of things to consider in whether or not it's the right time for you to return to a running routine or to start a running routine. And the pelvic floor is a big one. We want to make sure that the pelvic floor has enough endurance to withstand the pressure, the intra-abdominal pressure, the forces of each step and impact that you take while running. Regardless of how you gave birth, whether it was a C-section or a vaginal delivery, your pelvic floor is still holding the weight of your uterus, of your baby throughout your pregnancy. And later in your pregnancy, as your baby starts to drop, these muscles start to stretch and release. Now, if you did have a vaginal delivery, of course, there's more trauma to certain muscles as you give birth. So how do we know if our pelvic floor is ready for us to return to running? If we just zoom in on what's going on in the pelvic floor, this is what we want to be able to do. In a standing position, it's 10 fast elevations of your pelvic floor. Then you want to be able to do 8 to 12 repetitions of a 6 to 8 second hold. So you can think, if you're familiar with strength training, 8 to 12 reps, that sounds like hypertrophy, right? So that's muscle growth. We're working on getting the muscles engaged. Then our last one is a 30 to 50% hold for a minute. When we talk about activating the pelvic floor, like what these fast ones or the long holds are, we're thinking about the muscles that lift your anus, your vagina, your urethra up and in. So it's that hammock, but also levator muscles. It's not just a squeeze. It's like, you can imagine that there's an elevator inside. If you want to, some people say, put a blueberry in the elevator, lift it up, don't crush it. So when we're doing these 10 fast contractions for our first protocol, imagine that it's coming up all the way and then releasing back down. It's coming up all the way and releasing back down. We want that full in between, that fast contraction up, okay? So let's warm up before we get started. We'll do a few breaths. So you can place just your hands on your bellies, or you can relax your hands down to the side. And we're going to inhale and focus on our belly getting bigger, our ribs expanding, and our pelvic floor relaxing. And then on exhale, everything comes back to midline. Okay, so inhale, everything gets big, relax. You don't have to bear down, we're just relaxing. And then exhale, lift the pelvic floor, belly button contracts in, ribs get smaller. Inhale, big. Exhale, small. Inhale, big. Exhale, lift. Inhale, big, relax. Exhale, lift, contract. Good. Okay, so if you're able to feel that movement, that's a really good place to start. Now, let's get into our 10 fast contractions, okay? So we're going to do a breath to begin with, but not every rep is going to be following our breath. So inhale, relax. Exhale, contract. Up fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so obviously I can't tell because I'm on video, but also because I shouldn't be able to see what's going on the outside. I don't want it to be a where it's all coming from your diaphragm, from your belly contracting in. We really want to zero in on the muscles, the internal pelvic floor muscles. I also don't want to see like a booty squeeze with each of these lifts. We want to isolate the muscles in your pelvic floor. So let's try that one more time, just our 10 fast lifts, okay? Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Whew. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is, can you do 8 to 12 repetitions of a 6 to 8 second hold? So we'll just do, to make it easy, we'll do 8 reps of an 8 second hold, okay? So we're going to inhale, relax, and then exhale, lift all the way up, all the way up. 8, 7, keep it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, relax. Okay, so you should be able to feel your pelvic floor relax at the end of that. And I want you to be able to breathe throughout that 8 seconds. We're not just holding our breath. Okay, inhale and exhale up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm like, stay up, stay up. Okay, relax. Good. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, lift up nice and high. 3, 2, 1. Good, relax. Okay, so that's 3 done. Lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax. That's 4, halfway. Up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we want to get it up all the way, 100% of our contraction for that 8-second hold. 3 more to go. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift up all the way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, 2 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Lift, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Make sure that you're not squeezing, clenching your glutes or really squeezing in the ribs, okay? It's all coming from that pelvic floor. Relax, inhale, and then exhale, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, okay, relax. So, could you connect through that? Did you feel near the end of our set of 8 that maybe you weren't getting as high? That's a sign that we need to work a little bit more on this before we start running, before your pelvic floor is able to withstand the impact of running. So the last part of this protocol was holding our pelvic floor activation between 30 to 50% activated for 1 full minute. All right, so just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, lift. And we'll just sort of reset things, and then we're going to get started on that exhale and lift now. Let's go 1 minute. Okay, so we're lifting. We're obviously still going to breathe throughout this whole minute. So while we're at that 30 to 50% mark, our breath is just coming in and out. Some other things to consider before you return to running besides the pelvic floor, right? We obviously don't want to be experiencing any pelvic floor dysfunction, but there are other things to consider, such as if you had any interventions with your birth. Did you have any kind of surgery? Is that fully healed? And then are you breastfeeding still? If you're breastfeeding, sometimes that can mean that the hormones that cause your muscles to be, and your joints and ligaments to be a little bit looser, stick around for a little bit longer. So that's another thing to consider, that things might feel a little bit less stable. Good, okay, we've got 10 seconds left. Are you still at that 30 to 50% hold? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax. So that's where sometimes I feel like, for me personally, I kind of lose the sensation of how activated I am throughout that minute. And that's a sign for me that I know that I'm not quite ready. I'm 12 weeks right now, but I'm going to take a little bit more time before I get back into running. But then at the end, when I release, I can tell I did relax. So I did have some activation, even though it was probably sort of dwindling towards the end. So these are 3 different little exercises that you can do that nobody else can tell you doing. You can do them on the bus. You can do them while you're driving, as long as it doesn't distract you from what you're doing. And yeah, just try to integrate them into your day. It's great for pelvic floor strength and endurance. And we can use it as a guideline to let us know when we are safe to get back to running in terms of our pelvic floor.